Initially, JB, he made dude interviewing look like a whole beach. Listen, man. Listen. My whole thing is when people come on the show, is to let them get out whatever they need to say. What's happening, man? This is the Tap In Podcast. This is going to be a special episode, okay? So, a lot of the times when I'm doing the interviews, I don't really get to, go back and forth with the people because I'm only focused on, the person that's in front of me, the person who is, I'm doing the interview with. But the entertainment that I get is from the comments. Now, the comments is freaking hilarious to me, but I just be feeling like I just be reading them by myself, and I don't get to go back and forth with y'all about what's happening in the comments. Now, I do try to answer as many comments as I can. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's just a little too much, so I don't really go back and forth on the comments, but I do try every now and then to get in on the comments, okay? So this is going to be a series I called Tap Into the Comments, okay? Tap into the comments. For those who haven't been leaving comments, I'm telling you, I read every single one of them, so make sure that you leave a comment. Hit the like button. The subscribers are going up, so please continue to subscribe to the channel and just get tapped in. You know what I mean? You never know what we gonna have on here, so you gotta subscribe so you know what I mean, when we upload a video, and make sure your notifications on, all that good stuff. Make sure you subscribe to the channel so that way anytime we have a video pop up, you the first one to get the alert, okay? So here's a comment from Be More Ty, okay? Be More Ty says, shout out to Charleston, real talk. He's saying what y'all afraid to admit. Keep doing your thing, brother, and it do feel good just to let you know. Shout out to Ty, Be More Ty on YouTube. Okay, I don't know what he's saying. Y'all afraid to admit? I don't know what he talking about. What are we afraid to admit? Be More Ty. I ain't sure what the hell you talking about. What are we afraid to admit? Here's another one from Charleston. And listen, I understand it's YouTube, right? But sometimes I can't even understand the damn comment. Y'all got to make sure at least y'all writing a complete sentence in the comment section so I can understand what the hell y'all saying. I've nothing but respect for Mr. White. He talks that real shit. Okay emoji. And he's true woot. He's saying about building together for your community for real. And I guess that's the Italy flag. Shout out to Walking in Silence, MTRF. Wherever you at, shout out to you. Okay. Let me see. I want to risk the next comment. Here's a comment from Ed ID Deji. Ed ID Deji on YouTube. He lost me with the planning part or none of it. I understand what he's saying, but I don't agree with it at all. However, he clearly states who he is. He's an important piece of the puzzle. Don't write him off too quickly. His raw approach needs to be structured. Now, this is a comment I can get on board with, right? Shout out to Ed Adeji. I think that's probably A.D. Adeji. I see this is something I can get on board with. Listen, I don't agree with everything that Charleston be saying online, but some of the things I do agree with, but it feels like or seems like there's no structure to what he's saying. There's no end game to what he's trying to do or what he's saying. It's just to ruffle feathers. You know what I mean? But I think if he had a real agenda, then people can get on board and follow his movement. You know what I mean? That's what I feel. But I feel like I think, and I will give Charleston credit for what I've seen on a couple of the interviews. It is growth. It's a small amount of growth, but it is growth. When he first came on YouTube, or at least when I got word of him, it was him just talking crazy, saying a bunch of wild shit, just to ruffle feathers, going back and forth with people, saying the wildest things. Now I feel like, you know, he is on a path where he is trying to, I guess, calm some of the rhetoric down. You know what I mean? And so I can appreciate that. I wish he had a little bit more structure so that way people can get on board. But I don't think that's even what he's even looking for or even what he wants from the last time we spoke. You know what I mean? Because it has been just a lot of back and forth. And I guess this the part that I have a hard time dealing with, right? And it's not strictly on just Charleston. It feels like from everybody online, the more back and forth or yelling and screaming at each other, the more you going back at me, you going back. That's where all the drama is, and that's what everybody wants to see. It's like the schoolyard fight, you know what I mean? When everybody in there talking, everybody going in there back and forth, that's all it seems like. Where I feel like it should be more of a resolution, you know what I mean? A resolution, not just going back and forth. And maybe they only doing it for monetary gains. You know what I mean? Maybe that's where their end game is at the end of the day, just to get a check. And that's cool. I ain't hating on nobody trying to get a check. That's what we all in here doing this for. But my platform is built on the people who you see me bring on here is because they have a full rounded scope story, right? Where they've started on a bad path or started doing something wild, and then they've lived through that, came through it, and then, you know what I mean, now they here to talk about all the stuff they did bad, how they changed their life. That's what this platform is built on, you know what I mean? Sprinkle it in with a little bullshit here and there just to keep it entertaining, you know what I mean? But for the most part, that's what I'm here for. Official King Adro says, a light-skinned nigga named Gilly can't eat at our grandma's table. I did thought that was funny, too. I did think that was funny, too. Everything Charleston is referencing is based off what grandma would let them do. Yeah, John Jay, I thought that was funny. I mean, Official King Adro, I thought that was funny, too. You know what I'm saying? A light-skinned nigga named Gilly can't eat at grandma's table. Yeah, I thought that was funny. Initially, JB, he made dude interviewing look like a whole beesh. Listen, man. Listen. My whole thing is when people come on the show, is to let them get out whatever they need to say, right? By me letting him talk is not making me look like a bitch. And I don't care. I can look like a bitch. I don't care. But here's the thing. Me jumping in, interrupting his thought or interrupting what he's saying is only going to cut the interview. Y'all don't really want to hear what I got to say. That's why y'all tune in, is for the guests and the dialogue between the back and forth. But me letting him speak is not making me look like a bitch. It's me conducting a good interview by letting him talk. That's how you create a good interview. Initially, JB. That's how you create a good interview, okay? By letting him speak, by letting him get out it, whatever you want to say, as wild as it is, or as disrespectful as it is, or as much as I disagree with what he's saying. My platform is to let people come on here, get their opinions out, and not to try to cut their opinions off. You know what I mean? And just a little caveat for y'all. When I did the interview with Charleston, this was back in 2001, I didn't really know a lot about him as much as I do now because he wasn't on a lot of different platforms. He wasn't giving his opinion on a lot of different places as we are now. Back then, I think he was only on Facebook. And so I didn't have a lot of information about him going into my interview. But by me letting him speak, it's not making me look like no bitch. Sorry. It's just me conducting a good interview. That's what you wanted. Don't you? Never mind. But that's what a good interview is supposed to do. Let their guests speak. Okay? All right. Thank y'all for tuning in, man. This is part 1 of tapping into the comments. Make sure y'all continue. We're going to dive into some of all the comments. So make sure y'all continue to leave a comment on the videos. And then, got time, I would definitely get to all the comments. All right? Peace. Thank you for tapping in with us. In order to see more clips like this, check out this video here or check out this one here.